Good Saturday morning, friends. It is very early on Saturday. I just rolled out of bed, went out and took care of the chickens. There was a broken egg in the nest box. I make the layer of shaving so thick in the nest box so it's nice and soft and comfy, and they kick them all out. They like to lay on the wood. I should probably get some nesting pads or something, but I don't know. I probably should do that. And they can't kick those out. But what happens is they lay the egg and it hits the wood and it cracks, I think. I don't know. Or they step on it. They're not pecking it because if they pecked it, they would have eaten it. Frustrating because now I have a cracked egg. But that's okay. It can still get used. We just, have to use it right away. I slept surprisingly good last night. Well, probably because I took some Benadryl because I knew I wasn't going to sleep good without Doug here or anybody here. So yeah, they're on retreat. Doug and Andrew are on retreat, so I am by myself for the weekend. Last night, what did I do? Made a quesadilla for dinner and some guac, and caught up on a couple TV shows, watched the Phillies game, did my website, and went to bed. This morning, it's pretty early. I plan on canning up some strawberry jam first thing, and then Jason and Michelle are going to come over and learn how to make strawberry jam, so that'll be fun. And I also have 3 half-gallon jars, well, 2.5 half-gallon jars of bone broth that I made over the last couple days that needs to be canned up. But that's in the fridge, so I can do that whenever. I do want to I've been forgetting to make some sun tea. So last night I got the jar out. I put the tea in as a reminder to make sun tea. So I'm going to do that right now, actually. I'm going to get my filtered water in it, and I'm going to get that out in the sun right now so it's ready for later. But I'm not sure what else I'm going to do today once we're done all the jam. I'm going to get my jam done now. So first I'm going to go get a shower and get myself together. So I am ready to go for the day. I'm going to go to church tonight. I have a ministry at 5 o'clock mass tonight. I think I'm going to get Chinese takeout for dinner and watch some chick flicks tonight and just work on some organizational things and some cookbook things I want to do. The basement is pretty much done again. I told you every 6 months I go through and I just declutter, and I got rid of a whole lot of stuff. I think I probably listed about 50 things on Gibbstown Giving, and the only thing I have left, I think, are like 3 items. So they'll go to the thrift store if nobody claims them within a couple days, because I figure if they're not going to claim them within a couple days, nobody wants them. And it's funny, the stuff I thought it's things that I really thought would go, but whatever. Not important. As long as they're out of my house, I don't care where they go, thrift store or Gibbstown Giving. So right now, I'm going to take this and put it out in the sun, and I'm going to go get my shower, and we'll be back and we'll make some jam. Okay, friends, I am showered and all that good stuff and ready to start making my strawberry jam. You've seen me make strawberry jam before. I am not going to go through it step by step, but I do want to tell you about a few things that I use to make it. I like to make a low sugar jam. I like to be able to taste the fruit, not just sweetness. So I use the Pomona's Universal Pectin. This is for low sugar recipes, and I mean ultra low sugar. I used to buy it in these little boxes. I think it comes, 3 in a pack maybe. But now I buy it in bulk because I was going through these packets like crazy during jam making season, and yeah, it's more cost effective to buy it in bulk. So it comes in a 1-pound bag. I got mine from Amazon. Azure has it too, but I missed my Azure cutoff this month, and I think it's a little more expensive through Azure. So I bought a 1-pound bag through Amazon. But when you use the Pomona's Pectin, because it's low sugar, you need something to activate the pectin, and it's calcium water. It comes with a little packet of powder, of calcium powder, and you just mix a half a teaspoon, I think it is, of the calcium powder with a half a cup of water. And that's what activates the pectin. So, and it comes with directions. It comes with a whole direction sheet about how to make jams, jellies, and all that. There it is. That's my calcium water, all done. And this keeps in the fridge for indefinite amounts of time. So you're only going to use like a half a teaspoon of it, but you just keep it in the fridge and keep using it over and over and over again. The great thing about the Pomona's pectin, I will be using 4 cups of mashed strawberries to only 3/4 cup of sugar. A traditional jam recipe, I just looked in my ball book. A traditional strawberry jam recipe is 2 quarts of strawberries, so 4 to 5 pounds. It doesn't tell you mashed, but 6 tablespoons of pectin and 7 cups of sugar. It's a lot of sugar. So I am thrilled to use my 3/4 cup of sugar. I know Ball has a low sugar pectin. I don't think it's as low as Pomona though. So that's what I use for my pectin. Another thing I want to tell you quickly about is the jar lids I now use. If you are a canner, I cannot stress enough to try these lids. It is an American-made, family-owned company. They are called 4Jars, F-O-R-J-A-R-S, 4Jars canning lids. Oh my goodness. I have not had a lid failure yet since using these. And we made a little mistake when we canned Jason's bone broth. We accidentally put 2 lids on one. They stuck together and the bottom one's still sealed perfectly. So I just love these lids. You can get them online at their website, and I am an affiliate for them. I do have a link and a code that I will put down in the description box below, but I cannot stress enough how much I love these. And if you hold like a Ball or a Kerr lid in your hand and one of these, you can feel the difference in the gauge. These are just so nice. So if you're a canner, definitely check these out. I guess that's it. So now it just dawned on me as I was standing here talking, my stomach grumbled. I forgot to eat breakfast this morning and it's getting a little bit late. So I should probably eat breakfast before I get too hungry. So I am going to go make some breakfast. I will show you what I am eating. Then I'm gonna get started on this jam because I wanna get mine done before Jason and Michelle get here. Okay, taking a quick break in the canning to eat some breakfast. I am having some guac toast. I made guacamole last night for my dinner. I just used like 1 avocado and made a very small batch. Used some of it for my dinner last night. Now using a little bit more for my breakfast. I have 2 slices of my homemade bread, avocado or guacamole, and 2 eggs and a cup of tea. And I'm also done with 1 water for the day. It was my electrolyte water that's in me, so that's good. I'm gonna go eat this and get to work. Okay, my jam is done, so now this guy is here making his jam. Michelle couldn't join us. She's busy doing something for church. But the first step, I have his strawberries, which they're huge. Look at the size of these strawberries. They are massive. We have them soaking in a vinegar and water solution just to get them nice and clean. And taking off the tops and then just chunking them up. And then they have to get smashed or mashed. So right now we're just chunking up. I'm gonna jump in and help Jason with that because my jam is done. Pot's empty. They are in the canner. I'm waiting for that to boil, and they'll boil for 10 minutes. Okay, Jason has moved on to step 2. We have 8 cups of mashed strawberries in our pot. He added in 4 teaspoons of the calcium water. I talked about that you need that to activate. And now we're just waiting for this to come to a full boil. And then he's gonna add the sugar and the pectin, which he already mixed together. We're doubling this, so 1.5 cups of sugar to 4 teaspoons of pectin. And once this comes to a nice boil, we'll add that in, let it cook for a few minutes, and be ready to can it up. His jars are in here, warming up. My jars are out of the canner. They are all sealed. I am so excited about that. So we're just going to let them sit there and cool for a while. Take the rings off, check the lids tomorrow, label them, and get them on the shelf. Okay, his jam is done. He is canning it up. Remembering all the remembering all the steps.
All right, we're going to put that right back where it goes.
And getting the next jar. Jason has some pints and some half pints. We're starting by filling all the half pints, and then we'll do a pint or two. The next thing that Jason's going to learn to can is what, Jason? What do we talk about?
My favorite zucchini relish. Oh, I love that. A hot dog would not taste the same without that.
Last year when I made zucchini relish for the first time, I gave Jason a jar and he fell in love with it. So we will be canning that up as soon as the zucchini comes in our gardens.
Stuff's so good.
Okay, Jason is gone with his jam. He had something to do for church. I am still making jam because I overbought. I bought 2 flats of strawberries. 1 flat made 4 batches because we doubled our batches. So now I have more to do. Jason left some of his jars here, so I'm just going to make them and make it all and just take a bunch over to him. We'll just split it and I'll make more for myself. But yeah, I'm going to be making jam for a little while. It's okay. It's all good. So I still have half a flat to go. I'm trying to decide if I want to make more jam or if I want to do something else with them, if I just want to freeze them. I don't know. I'll see how I feel after I'm done this. This will probably be my last batch. And I'll probably just freeze some of those and maybe make some just like strawberries. I like to take strawberries, cut them up, and put like a tablespoon or 2 of sugar on them so they make their own juice. They don't need sugar. They taste good enough. But when you put the sugar on them, they get nice and juicy, and they're really good with just a little bit of heavy cream on them or something. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm going to keep working here. Let's go out and collect some eggs. Oh, I want to show you this. If you have trouble with flies this time of year, it's called Rescue Outdoor Fly Trap. Add water, subtract flies. This has been up for about, I don't know, 5 days. I don't know if you can see how full it is. It is amazing. The flies go in and they can't get out. So this has been such a huge, huge thing for us this year. Jason over at the Average J told us about these traps, and I ordered a whole case of them off of Amazon because they're that good. I mean, they are fabulous. We even have one hanging sort of near our back door because with the babies going in and out all the time and they're slow. Yeah. So let's check eggs, my friends, see what we got in here. Oh yes, lots of eggs. This is a fake one. Like I said before, we leave fake ones in there so they know where to lay, and I don't know, it just works. We actually did not have a fake one in this box for the longest time, and they would not lay eggs in there. And now, like, we put one in there, there's still 1 egg. This is the hot place to be today, apparently, is the middle box. But then this one's the fake one. So, yep, lots of eggs in the middle box today. Looks like we got about a dozen total. Actually, there were 13. There was one completely buried under the bedding. So, 13 eggs today. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Garden's looking fantastic. Fantastic. Jason was looking at it and he's like, wow, the video doesn't do it justice. He goes, that is looking great. And it is. We've got a lot of flowers on our tomato plants. We even have tomatoes, as you saw last weekend. So yeah, herbs are looking good. Beans are looking good. So hopefully we'll continue to have great weather and we'll be able to harvest sooner rather than later. Okay, I am going to sit down and have a half a cup of cottage cheese with a tablespoon of the jam we just made. It was what was left over that didn't fit in the jars. I'm going to have that for lunch. I'm really not super hungry, but I'm not going to be eating dinner until probably close to 7 o'clock, and I don't want to be famished when I eat dinner, so this will hold me because it is full of protein. It is the Daisy cottage cheese. That is my favorite. It's very clean, Good ingredients, and like I said, just the jam I just made. I'm sitting here listening to the wonderful sound of pinging of the jars coming out of the can. I actually have a half a flat of strawberries left, but I think I am going to hang on to those until Tuesday, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending, I will make jam with the babies, and they can take some jam home to their family. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I am done. I'm trying to decide if I want to can up the bone broth, but I think I'm just going to wait till tomorrow morning and do that. Okay, done for the day. I got 12 half pints for myself, and then there's 3 more for Jason. Jason did, I think, 5 half pints and 3 pints. I don't remember what he took home with him, but there's 3 more pints for Jason. And then my 12 half pints. I'll probably do some more at some point, but for now, this is good. Okay, on to my next project. So I've talked about it before that I own every Taste of Home magazine ever published. I'm actually just now not going to resubscribe because I just really don't love the magazine anymore. I love the old ones better. But anyway, I was talking to Kim over to Girl on Her Phone. I just have too many magazines on my shelf. It's getting harder to find things, and I decided to start collecting the annual recipe books like Kim does, and I've gotten a ton of them thanks to Kim. Kim sent me a whole bunch last week. I meant to show you and I forgot. I think there were like 10 of them in there, and I've been picking them up when I see them. So what I'm doing now is this is the first one that I have. The first one I have is 1997. I'm going through page by page and recipes that I want to make, recipes that I have interest in. I am keeping a list in this binder. And that way I can kind of use this as a reference and then go right to the book. So I am starting with my first 2. I think it starts in 1993, but the first one I have is 97. So I am going to sit here and peruse these a little bit. Good morning, friends. It is a little before 6. Just got up, going to go and get the girls up, get my bone broth canned up. What else did I want to do? I need to get some bread going because we only have like half a loaf left. And because I bought that turkey at Costco, I want to make sure we have bread for sandwiches. I never strained off my sun tea, so I need to do that. So bone broth, bread, sun tea. And do you have a spot in your house that kind of becomes a catch-all? I do. We store a lot of stuff. We don't have a lot of kitchen cabinets. I guess like we have the cabinet above the refrigerator is all coffee and tea stuff, like all my teapots, the French press when we're not using it, the percolator when we're not using it, the frother, things like that are up there. And then, of course, this is my pantry closet where I keep all of my baking stuff and all of our food and things like that. And then, mugs and stuff and dishes, water cups, spices, baking stuff, pots and pans, kitchen gadgets, more pots and pans. Oh, this is bad. Hold on. Pots and pans and cutting boards and stuff like that. Silverware, the compost bin, the egg bin, and some cleaning supplies, and then drawers with, towels and Tupperware and all that. So not a whole lot. Oh, and small appliances and things like that in those cabinets. So not a ton of room for like big things. Like we keep our air fryer. I'm putting dishes away as I'm talking. That's why I'm walking around. Multitask. We keep our air fryer and our Instant Pot in the cellarway. Doug built shelves there. I keep my essential oils there. What else? Potatoes and onions and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff we keep down the basement. Like, you know, like the pasta machine is down the basement, and I'm trying to think what else is down there, like that we use. You know, our big pantry's down there, our working pantry, or our, not our working pantry, our overflow pantry, and our freezers and all. So we keep a lot of stuff down there that we use, not on the daily, but on the weekly. And honestly, sometimes I get so lazy and I just like dump it in the cellarway. Like in the cellarway, we have 2 buckets with the pet food in it. We keep our exercise mats and our weights right on the step because we use them daily. Things like that. But other stuff that like needs to go down, I tend to get a little lazy sometimes, and I just put it on top of the dog food things or on the steps or whatever, and I don't take it down. And I walk right past it going down to get stuff, and I still don't take it down because I'm too lazy to put it away. So I want to get that done today. That was a huge explanation and way too much talking. Just to say that's one of the things on my list today is to get the cellarway cleaned out. We have plastic like file wall pocket on the wall that we use for like any paperwork that has to be filed downstairs and things like that. So I need to clean that out and make it nice and neat and everything. So that's on the list too. So bread, cellarway, bone broth canned, sun tea strained. I really can't think of anything else off the... Oh, I want to change my sheets. I did not do that yesterday with doing all the strawberries and stuff. I want to change my sheets. And I want to get... I have a second set of sheets, so I really don't have to wash them. But I do want to put them in the wash because I have a whole bunch of kitchen towels from canning yesterday. I don't know about you if you're a canner, but when I can, I use so many kitchen towels. Oop. I was pouring my tea and missed the pot. Because I'm trying to do too many things at one time. I am having vanilla. Vanilla? What kind of tea am I having today? I forget now. Vanilla? Something like that. I don't know. I am getting so low on tea. Cannot wait to take a trip out to Lancaster, but probably not this month since we're in Pantry Challenge. It'll have to wait till July. I should rephrase that. I'm getting low on all my favorite teas. I still have enough tea here probably for 6 months. They're just not my favorites. But anyway, enough chit chat. I am going to go, I'm still in my pajamas. I was trying to decide if I was going to work out this morning or take a day of rest. Not sure yet. Decide that later. Game time decision. But for now, I am going to go, I think I'll get the canner going before I strip my bed. And that way, while the canner's working for me, I can get my bed stripped. I'd like to get everything done by like 12 or 12:30 when the guys get home. That way, whatever Doug wants to do this afternoon, I can help him with. I'm sure he wants to go out and work in the garden a little bit because we got all the tomato cages on, but we did not get the string strung for the cucumbers, and they are getting so big. We need to do that. So anyway, I'm going to go get to work and I'll be back. So the first thing I need to do to can up this bone broth is to heat it first. And this is unbelievable. Look at that jiggle. Yes, that is bone broth. It is so full of collagen and all those nutrients that I slow cooked it and got out of the bones that it is so jiggly. It is wonderful. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like if, you know, like a good bone broth. So now I just need to make it not jiggly and make it liquid and heat it up so I can start to can it up. But I just wanted to share that with you because I think this is the most gelled and jiggly it has ever been. but I did cook the bone broth for 24 hours in my roaster, and I had a lot of feet and a lot of backs in there. So I'm really not surprised with all the feet I had in there, how beautiful this turned out. So now I'm just gonna let it warm up while I get my jars and canner ready. Okay, here is where I am. It is 8:45. Bread is done rising, so I'm going to divide it, shape it, and let it go for its second rise. Electrolyte water, boom, in me. Starting on my second, just regular water. First cup of tea in. Bone broth on the cooling stage in the canner. This is bone broth has to be pressure canned. This is the Presto Precise digital pressure canner. I love it, love it, love it. Highly recommend. That's all I have to say about that. And still have to eat breakfast, have a load in the dryer and a load to fold. So doing good for only 8:45. Just wanted to take a second to show you this. You remember this bonsai tree that I always have up on my half wall? It was in a Groot planter. Well, it was way too big for that. So we upgraded Groot to a really pretty planter that I got at Goodwill for like $1.99, I think. I thought it was really pretty. Goes with my aesthetic. And this guy is much, much happier now that he has some room. I am trying to root this. The cat keeps knocking it over, so I'm not sure if it's going to be successful because I really trimmed this down. It was getting really, really leggy. So I trimmed it way back. We'll see what happens. And then I just have some rooted basil sitting here in a cup. So that's what's going on in my plant shelf when the cat leaves it alone. Okay, sitting down to breakfast. I have 2 scrambled eggs, and I don't know what possessed me, but I just felt like a little ketchup on them today. That's not something I normally do, but it just sounded good. I have 3 links of the Jones's chicken sausage and 1 slice of my homemade bread with a 1/4 teaspoon of butter on it. So that is my breakfast this morning. Okay, after my eggs and sausage, I am having a little bowl of watermelon. I try to eat my fruit after my protein so my blood sugar doesn't spike. Try to keep that constant. So that is what I am having right now. Okay, it is just before 11 o'clock. The bread is out of the oven and looks gorgeous. This one has a little bit of a dent in the middle, but it'll be fine. So it's looking good. I'm going to let that cool, and I am going to get back to work on the books I was working on last night. Sit on the couch, put my feet up. The guys should be home in about an hour. Okay, not really eating lunch today because we have our ministry dinner tonight and it's very early. It's at like 4 o'clock, so just having another bowl of watermelon. Yes, I know, I eat too much watermelon. I know. But you know what? It's better than cutting into that beautiful loaf of bread that's staring me in the face. So I'll just have another bowl of watermelon.
Why?
Look who's home!
Yay!
Yay! And guess what we're doing? Can you tell from the angle we are taking a nap? Whoa, there we go. I dropped the phone. I have been up since like, I don't know, around 5. And Doug's tired because he got decent sleep, but not great sleep. And he had an adoration time that was like 3 a.m. one night. So he's tired. So we decided
we have time.
We have a little bit of time. We're going to take a half-hour snooze. So that's what we're going to do. After our very well-deserved nap, we are heading out to the coop to give the chickens some, yeah, I know, it looks appealing, doesn't it? This is all the leftovers from when I made the bone broth the other day. I actually already gave them some yesterday. We're going to give them probably about half of this bowl today and save the other half for tomorrow. They are little cannibals, and they love it. We are back home and calling it a night. We are both in our comfy clothes. Doug is working on some banking over there. Say hi, hun. He had a very good time on his retreat, and so did Andrew. Andrew is looking forward to going back next year. You saw, I put in a picture of my dinner. I told you we had the ministry appreciation dinner tonight. It was absolutely delicious. I think it was the best barbecue I have ever had. It was so good. I could have eaten so much more, but I stopped. Yep, I could have eaten a lot more, but I was good.
I could have eaten a whole other plate full.
Yeah, Doug could have eaten a whole nother plate full too, but we were both good. We just stopped. Now we're home. Like I said, just kind of chilling. And I am once again working on those recipes. It's going to take me a while to get through them because I do it while I'm watching TV and then I get distracted. So anyway, that is it. This was not a great weekend. It wasn't anything important. It wasn't anything special. Next weekend, what do we have next weekend? We have to process more chickens on Saturday. He's horrible. We have to process more chickens on Saturday. And then I think Sunday we may be taking a super duper quick trip down to the Mount. I'm not sure yet. We still have to talk about it. We'll talk about it with Adam. Adam's birthday is the 13th. It's a Tuesday. He's working. We're working. He's working next Sunday, but only until 2:30. So I'm thinking that maybe we can drive down there to see him, maybe take him out to dinner or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But anyway, I'm calling this weekend vlog done. I'm really hoping to do some full day of eatings this week. I'm going to try. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to film. Tomorrow I'm filming the first video for my cooking from my collection. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. I think that'll probably go up Tuesday. I don't know. I have to look at my schedule. I am like end of the year, end of everything. I'm just kind of a little bit scattered right now. So anyway, I will talk to you all in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.